This episode of Boss Rush After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn more about Boss Rush Media's family of podcasts, head on over to bossrushmedia.com or patreon.com/bossrushmedia. Thanks for your continued support.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. I don't know why I'm dramatically pausing as I say this, but well,
try not to say crossroads.
You guys, you guys thought I was going to flub my lines, didn't you? You guys thought that, didn't you?
Yep. Like he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
Say it.
It's your boy. It's your boy LeRon back for another episode, and this is the year-ender episode of After Dark. Am I correct? This is the one,
final.
Right?
So this will be the final episode of the year for patrons, but it'll be the first episode of the year for everybody else.
Happy New Year's!
Yes, for you people in the future. Yes, Happy New Year. and
May
speaking
your
of
2024 not suck already.
Speaking of people in the future, hey Stephanie Klimov, how's it going?
Hey, it's going all right. Happy to be here. Kind of freaking out that it's already the end of the year. I don't know, just kind of.
Tell me about it.
I'm marching ever so closer to my demise.
Yeah. It feels like we're just marching to our. I don't know. Like it's like we're marching into the fire or something.
Yeah. So yeah, just doing dandy.
Corey
Dandy,
Derrick,
that's my dad's name.
Are you for real?
My dad's name is Daniel Dierich, so it's Dandy.
Oh, I see what you did there. Like,
Okay.
You still got it.
I had to bring one.
Hey, even after running out of Red Bull, you still did it. You pulled a funny.
I think I'm running out of life. To be fair, in this tonight, I am. Man, it's taking everything in me to just,
Well, I got a topic that might bring some joy to you, but first I need to introduce the one, the only PK Power Pack line. What's up?
Hello, everybody. I am here from the future, talking to your past and telling you, there's nothing big happening in the next few days.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what? Now that I said that, life's probably just gonna make like the world's like.
Don't say it. Knocking on wood. Stop it.
Yeah. Life is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Just
for this, life is exactly the way you would think life would go. There you go.
Oh
Try
God!
it on,
No, no.
Oh no. Should I be concerned? I'm a little concerned.
Well, let's just say life ended.
I'll go ahead and say this now. Like you guys are like the best people I could ever like want to write at the end of the year with. So big ups to you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Love you too.
Yeah, because I mean, like we're all the I guess the foursome that makes this whole like After Dark thing work.
Sexy.
Yeah.
If we throw a fifth person in there, then it's just an orgy. So
We might, LeRon.
Hey! Don't tease me!
Whoa.
Don't tease me!
No, LeRon, you and I talked about it already.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. I see how it
We
is.
were talking about something else.
We're doing things behind y'all's backs, just so y'all know.
We know where we lie in this totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not on the top.
It's called the bottom for a reason.
Pat was the part that wasn't used. We rolled down the hill into the lake.
Wow.
Oh man.
And then our dog brought it back. And started playing fetch.
Thank you, Fido.
Oh boy.
I'm a terrible person.
Okay, so we just need to recap real fast. Like, how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It was good. Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving to me is like my least favorite holiday.
It's a food holiday.
I don't like any Thanksgiving food, really. Like, I don't like turkey. I don't like the only things I like are like mashed potatoes and certain types of stuffing.
Certain types of stuffing. So, are you a cornbread stuffing?
I don't know. Whatever the box stuff my mom buys at the store.
Oh, the stovetop stuff, or the Pepperidge Farm stuff. That one.
I don't know, man. It's yellow with some herbs in it, and it tastes delicious.
That's probably stovetop.
Also, like, my mom does this thing where she puts like cream chicken in it, so it's not dry, and it was actually really good. It's really good. But this year it was like a mix of breakfast and lunch, so there were like waffles and bacon also.
Ooh, yum.
Delicious.
See, I can't enjoy food holidays as much as I used to. It's another part of that getting old thing where, like, I could gorge out on all of the Thanksgiving goodies and desserts, and like maybe my body might not feel its best, but it's like that's what the day is for, and then you run around through some football or something. But
Yeah.
now I can't because I know it's gonna happen. Like, I'll have one plate, just a normal plate, and just maybe by the richness and heaviness of the food, I have to sleep sitting up, and I'm full so much it hurts. I have GERD, acid reflux, and I do need to take a nap. I'm like, no, this is less fun now.
I was actually pleasantly surprised that neither of my Thanksgiving meals activated my GERDs.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving is also not a fun holiday for me just because somehow it lands on my birthday no more often than not. And it just like I feel weird having my birthday on a day where we're supposed to be like thankful for things and not be selfish. And it's just like this weird, like, and everybody
People
always
should be thankful for your life. Aww.
It's like the Hobbits where you're supposed to give the other person the gift.
And then it's like, I don't know, everybody that always comes over. Now, granted, it was just my parents this year and my wife and kids, but like everybody's always like, "Oh, happy birthday." I'm like, it's Thanksgiving. My birthday.
Wait, what?
So
happy belated
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
What? Yeah, so it's just thanks.
Did I miss something? What?
Apparently it was his birthday.
My birthday was Friday.
Bad people.
Corey
was on Friday.
Snuck it in. I guess he doesn't want anyone knowing that.
I don't. I turn all my birthday notifications off on social media. I don't.
See? Look at that.
Yeah, I don't like to like advertise that it's my birthday, but it's usually around Thanksgiving, or it's usually like every like 6 or 7 years it's on Thanksgiving.
Well, now I'm gonna permanently burn it into my brain and be like, okay.
Nope. It's actually around Easter now. Actually, changed it.
That's my birthday.
So it's just always this weird thing where, like, if people don't see you, they're bringing you gifts on Thanksgiving, and it's like, wow, why are you doing this? This is not why we're here.
Double the fun. You just don't like all the attention on you. That's okay.
It's weird. I don't like. I don't like it when people get me things. I don't like it when people do things for me, except for my wife when she cooks me dinner when I'm working, which is nice. But when I come home and it's all ready, usually it's been ready for like 20 minutes because I stay over late and it's kind of cold sometimes. I just throw it in the microwave. It's fine.
Well, speaking of home cooked meals, like LeRon, you were talking on the Boss Rush podcast that you and Rafi spent a big chunk of the day standing in the kitchen cooking, which the food looked amazing, but I guess not so good for your back, huh?
Yeah. Basically, like this is how I know I could not do kitchen work. I couldn't, like I couldn't work in a restaurant, even though like one of my things was I would love to like either have like own like a sports bar, which basically a sports bar is basically a glorified restaurant that you do other shit in besides just eat food, but yeah, like being on, I think, let me see, we officially started. Well, let me see. I want to say we started like prepping the food at like. I think I got downstairs in the kitchen by like 11 o'clock. Started in the prep because let's see. We ditched the turkey. We just roasted chicken and we're I'm just gonna say we're basic bitches, and we actually did like chicken breast. We roast chicken breast. Let me see. I made mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. So yeah, all those starches. Um, what am I missing? I did a green bean casserole from scratch, like none of the canned stuff. I did it from
Ooh.
scratch, and that was amazing. I'll probably make it more than just once a year now. Like I actually loved the way it came out, and there was so much of it that I'm still eating leftovers of it, which is good. Did a green bean casserole from scratch. Let me see. I did. I miss. Oh, we had roasted carrots. I feel like I'm still missing something here.
Do you have like a squash type dish or?
No, no. Maybe that was it. I guess I have to look back at the picture or whatnot. Rafi made hummus like from scratch.
Ooh,
Which
nice.
actually watching him do it, like it looked pretty easy. But it was some of the best hummus I've ever had. I actually like hummus. And I gotta say, like that was some good shit. He also made an Armenian Armenian cheese pastry called a borek, and
Ooh.
um and I knew I'd had something similar to that before because like there's this place in Richmond. It's called it's a bakery called Sub Rosa, and yeah, like I'm glad I don't live in that part of Richmond because I'd be fat because I'd be there every freaking day that they're open to get at least like four of their pastries. Oh my god, they're so good. But like he made cheese boric, which was feta cheese based. And it was great. And I made a couple of pies. I mean, which that's something I don't do. I don't bake a lot. But I've been trying my hand out a lot at like baking. Like I made my first cake from scratch like earlier this year, and I stepped the game up and went ahead and started doing some pies and stuff. So I got my mother's recipe I got my mom's recipe for pecan pie, and I got my aunt's recipe for sweet potato pie, and I made it, and everybody's loved it. And I'm sitting here like every time I have a bite of it, I'm like, this is good, but this is where I could have gone better with this. And I'm one of those neurotic people where I can't just enjoy the food that I cooked. Yeah. I want to say I was in the kitchen from 11 o'clock. We didn't sit down to eat dinner until about 6. And I want to say in all that time, like with all the stuff that I was doing, cooking and all that stuff, I think I maybe sat down 2 times before I actually like sat down for dinner. So yeah, by the time dinner was done, had a couple of glasses of wine and stuff like that, my back was shot.
Mm.
Like I was doing the old man get up and sit down. Like getting up out of bed was a chore. Getting up out of chairs was interesting. I almost cried in the shower because I was like, oh my god, I gotta step over the tub to get out of the shower. This is not gonna be cool. Yeah. Yeah, but ultimately like it was fun. Like it was great. And it was the least chaotic Thanksgiving I can think of in a while because like I wasn't being rushed to like be somewhere. I didn't have to worry about like a bunch of crazy people like corralled around the place and stuff like that. No talking about politics. I can't remember the last time I've had Thanksgiving where there wasn't one conversation about politics. And Rafi and I, we are some political people, so we talk about politics all the time, but not last Thursday. Nope.
Well, that's nice. I mean, I'm lucky that my family, despite the diverse political opinions, they actually tend to stay away from that during Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is great because I know that's kind of like this kind of joke about Thanksgiving, like that uncle on Thanksgiving that starts, blah blah
Oh,
blah. It's like, ugh,
Thanksgiving is where knife fights break out at the dinner table.
yikes.
I
I
haven't
always
seen my
figured
uncle
I'd
in
be
like
that
20 years.
uncle, but I don't know. I never get the chance.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
I think a holiday like Thanksgiving, I think simpler kind of is better if you're able to celebrate with family. That's great. If not, Friendsgiving is also an amazing thing. I wish I could do a Friendsgiving. But I think for me, And I don't dislike. I'm not one of those people that also dislikes Thanksgiving because I'm also too political about. Because some people like hate Thanksgiving because they're too PC about it. But I kind of was looking forward to the end of Thanksgiving because then for me, that's my official Christmas season or holiday season. Like I don't recognize it prior to Thanksgiving. I don't like the fact that stores were putting up Christmas gingerbread houses and shit before Thanksgiving. But as soon as it's Black Friday, and I don't give a fuck about the shopping, but as soon as it's Black Friday, oh, Christmas songs. Well, maybe not Christmas songs, but like everything is okay. It's kosher. I'm ready. I took my son to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Flippin' loved it. Great way to set the tone for the next 2 months.
Did they do the Carol of the Bells?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, it was such an amazing show. They
They
did all the classics and then they like shared some like new songs. But yeah.
new Christmas songs.
No, not new Christmas songs, just new, just regular songs.
Yeah.
But they did all the
more than
Christmas
just
stuff.
Carol of the Bells.
Yeah. Believe it or
I
not.
thought they just played Carol of the Bells for like an hour straight.
It's the only one anybody cares about. They probably played it last too.
Well, yeah, they played it like a quarter of the way through, and then they did it as like a encore at the end with this big like pyrogenic like fire and fireworks inside the frickin' building. It was so cool.
Nice.
But
That sounds good.
yeah, are you guys looking forward to this sort of holidays? Forgive me, listeners, if I ever just defaulting saying the word Christmas. But I do mean all sorts of holidays that happen this time of year. So
Yeah, it's always kind of nice because my wife is Jewish, so we do Hanukkah first, and we go to her family's for that holiday, and then we go to Christmas at my family's, and it's like there's never any crossover or fighting on where we're going and what time we're going to where, and it's kind of
the best of both
nice
worlds.
to do that. Yeah. So
you get gifts 8 nights of that month.
Yeah, but we kind of decided that we're not getting gifts for each other this year because we,
right,
houses are expensive. So
and a TV.
Yeah, and a TV. But I still might get her something just because.
You have to. She may say, "Don't get her anything," but if you don't get her anything, you failed.
I know.
Oldest trick in the book.
I know your schemes.
Although I do advocate, please, women out there, say what you mean because you're giving us a bad rep. Anyway, does anyone get holiday blues, whether it's right before, during, or after? Because I know there's definitely a lot of people that say, I don't like the holidays. Or, like, for me, I love the holidays. But let me tell you, because most of my family celebrates Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning is cool. But then Christmas afternoon, I get severely depressed because, like, it's Christmas Day, but everything's done. But anyway, like, who sometimes doesn't have the holly jollies?
That would be me.
Yeah, I'm not going to particularly say I'm a humbug during this time of year, but this time of year does not bring me a lot of joy. I mean, and I don't know, maybe it's because like I've just had the shit beat out of me for working like over 10 years in retail and stuff like that. Plus, I joined the military right out of high school, and for the 6 years I was in the military, I was only able to see my family like once during this holiday season, stuff like that. I was either always on deployment or I was always someplace where I could not actually like take time and like actually go see family during this time of year. So I got to a point where like it was like a solitary / antisocial time of the year for me. Like by the time I got, and yeah, even some of my work habits kind of reflected how I looked at the holidays because like when I was working for the shipyard, like this that time because I was single, this that time of year where like like you get double time and like super overtime and all that stuff. So yeah, like I was working 12-hour shifts, during the holiday season and stuff like that, just making money, But yeah, like once I actually got into the retail side, like that's when I started we see the movies about people being crazy, and we saw the Black Friday stuff. Like, yeah, I lived that shit. And it was not nice. It was like I was on the front lines of that stuff, and like
No,
people
Go
people
ahead,
just get
finish it.
crazy about the holidays. People get crazy about the holidays to the point where it's like all right, this is gonna sound bad. I was assistant manager at GameStop one year, and this lady came in, and she asked me she was looking for a Game Boy, she was looking for a Game Boy Advance SP, a GBA SP, and she was looking, it was in a, I can't remember if it was a different, it was a bundle. Well, then again, like every GBA SP practically gave away a free game at that point, but I can't remember if she was asking for a bundle or if she was asking for a specific color, but we didn't have it in stock. And this is literally like, I want to say it's like December 22nd, 23rd, maybe, and so I let her know, like, we didn't have it in stock. It wasn't like I was like, no, we don't have that. You know how like GameStop people get that reputation for being rude or whatnot. I know for sure. Like, I'm never a rude person, especially when I'm on the clock and stuff like that. I do remember saying, no, we don't have it in stock right now. And she was like, I maybe one thing I probably did wrong was I didn't offer to see if I could look it up for her, because like the store was kind of full. So I was trying to get to the next customer or whatnot.
How dare you?
Like literally like I want to say like less than 20 seconds later, I looked and she was in the middle of the floor crying, in the middle of the sales floor crying. And so my manager went over and talked to her. And I was sitting there like, oh shit, like, did I do something wrong here? Like that and stuff like that. So like basically, like my manager took, like handled it and everything, took care of her. And I was like, hey, like what happened? Because I was being nosy. I was trying to see like if she was trying to report me for something. I was being nosy. And he was like, yeah, like he's like, well, I was just talking to that lady and stuff, and she was she was upset because like she was looking for like this Game Boy Advance. And I was like, well, I already know that. I'm like, what is like, well, it's the one color that her son absolutely wants. Like he will not take another color. And I was like, oh, okay. And and in the back of my brain, I was like, is this gonna make or break Christmas? But I don't know, because like I think about myself when I was probably a kid in that age. I don't know how old that kid was and stuff like that. I probably would have been upset if I didn't get a certain color of a Game Boy Advance, but I got a fucking video game system. I think I would have been fucking happy.
I was going to say that's again a parenting and a kid thing. Like I hate to say it. Like I actually posted a story on Instagram comparing like a video of kids opening a Nintendo 64, like a sibling, brother, sister, and they were both so happy even though they had to share the system. And then a video underneath of two brothers opening up a gift for a PS5, and one of the brothers started having a meltdown because he didn't have his own PS5. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Kids these days.
So it was one of those situations that, and I had to have conversations with my mom about this, because like honestly, like the craziness of people at this time of year turned me off to why like it's such a joyous and festive time of year. Because I would have to talk to my mom about this stuff, and she's like, "Well, you don't have kids, so you don't understand." I'm like, yeah, but I'm a pretty empathetic person, so I can empathize with people, in situations and stuff like that. But I mean, in all honesty, like I guess I'm not getting the point here, because one thing is gonna break your Christmas. I'm like, is it more on you, the parent, or is it the actual child that's the problem? And that sounds terrible for me to say that. Now I just heard it out loud.
No, that kid's a spoiled brat. No offense to that kid wherever he or
Yeah,
she is now.
if the onus is on the kid, like he's gonna have a meltdown and stuff, because like he got a red game. Okay, I'd be pissed if I got the Mario Red Game Boy Advance SP. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you either give me the black one or the silver one. Don't give me the fucking red one or the blue one. You give me the Mario Red one, we gonna fight. No, I'm stupid. Is why I won't buy that red OLED. Nintendo Switch OLED. I won't buy that one. I just don't like red, which is funny because like I have red shirts and stuff that I wear from time to time, but I just don't like red on hardware. Hardware and cars, no, don't do that. But anyway, circling back to this whole thing, like but also, because I was in the thick of all this stuff, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Boxing Day, all this stuff, and the retail environment just got crazier and crazier. Like stores, fucking GameStops are opening at 4 o'clock in the morning, which means like you go to bed on Christmas night, and you have to be right back at the fucking store on the 26th at like 3 in the morning because you're a manager at this point, so you have to be the one to open the store. And yeah, it was it was one of those times in my life where it was like, man, it felt like Vietnam to me, bad pun, I know, and stuff like that. And then this other thing happened to me where ultimately, when those holidays happen, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, those guaranteed days off, like everybody else is like, hey, like we're like my family's doing dinner, you're invited, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stay home and stuff like that. People thought I was a miserable person because what they heard when I said no, I'm staying home is no, I have no place to go. But what they didn't hear or understood was that I did not say that I don't feel like being around people. Like, this is the one day where I get silence or I don't get to see craziness and stuff like that, and that's literally the way it was, like till this, and right now, like it's 2023, and I still sometimes have this conversation with my mom, and I have to realize, maybe I'm going to the extreme because like I do like to be alone because like I get tired of people. And being in a high profile environment like a GameStop, like people still knew who the fuck I am. I haven't worked at GameStop since 2010. People still know who I am. Like I went to like up the street where I live is one of my favorite Chinese restaurants and stuff like that. Like, so I go and grab takeout, and like those guys behind the counter still recognize me from GameStop. And it's insane. Like, I don't even look like the same person. I've lost a lot of weight. My hair is long now and stuff like that, and they still recognize me. It's wild, stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, man, like I at one point I thought that was like one of the best careers of my life. And this is not about GameStop, by the way. It's not a story about GameStop. This is about me in the holidays. But the longest chunk of my retail career was spent at GameStop. So I guess the two they're interchangeable at this point. But yeah, so I mean, this time of year just doesn't do it for me. And also, and this is not me saying I'm broke or nothing like that. I hate spending all the fucking money.
I'll say it. I'm broke this year. What's up?
I hate spending all the fucking money. I hate that now I actually have decent credit, so I have credit cards now. And I'm like, am I going to put myself in the fucking hole just because I want to get presents and I need to travel, and all this stuff, and like, oh my god, this is not fun, and I like spending money. I do, but this is not fun when you think that for 3 weeks max, like this basically like dictates how you like spend money for the first half of the next year. Like there's so much to it, and like I don't know, maybe I do sound like the asshole that hates Christmas and hates the holidays.
Been impacted by stuff like that. Like for me, I hate the materialisticness of Christmas, but you know what? I've just kind of learned to go with the flow where I am adjusting how I give gifts, and kind of drawing that line for people and stuff like that. But I don't want to go on that tangent yet, but I just want to check and see. So Pat, how is it for you that kind of makes y'all humbuggy this time of year?
Man, it has been this way for quite a while, and it sucks because I've always been trying to find that Christmas spirit again. Like, I have videos of me when I was like 5 years old and just the excitement, I had with every single one of my presents and the holiday parties with the family and just the magic of the lights everywhere. Like, I would love to get that again, but honestly, like the last real good Christmas I think I remember was the last Christmas before my grandfather died. My first grandfather, which was it's getting close to about 20 years now. And that was the last time the entire family all like gathered together, and like the aunts, the uncles, the cousins that we, were from all around. They all got together, and it was an awesome time. That every year we'd go to my grandmother's house, and we'd have a holiday dinner, we'd have a gift exchange. Like, I remember my grandfather shaking his gifts and peeling the wrapping paper very slowly, and absolutely annoyed my grandmother. Like, he would shake and be like, "What is this? What is this? Ah, oh wait, I think I know what it is. It's
Aw,
it. It should finally be like, just open the gift."
that's
Because he,
adorable.
yeah, and I remember it's also like the car trips to Chicago, because that's where my grandparents lived, was in the Chicago area, uh, and having like a Nintendo in a giant van, because my dad jury rigged like an electric system so that we could get a TV and Nintendo going
Nice.
while driving, kept me preoccupied.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the lights and the Christmas songs, and I always loved that growing up as a kid. But after that moment, it's like it's hard to find the Christmas spirit. Like, and then honestly, I think retail kind of kept the Christmas spirit in me just because I was always surrounded with like Christmassy things, like the lights and the decorations. Even though I will agree, dealing with the customers was just awful. Um, but nowadays, I don't have any of that. No, like, not even my brother comes down to visit my family during Christmas time, and he's the one with the kids. So it's usually just I go see my mom, and
May
we
I
have a
ask,
Christmas
like,
dinner.
what's like kind of the I don't want to say the word excuse because I'm not trying to sound like a dick about your brother, but like, because I do feel like there's a certain glue to each family, right? And I hate to say it, I think
Hmm.
majority of our answers it would have been our grandparents this or grandparents that, and
Oh,
I
grandfather for sure.
I said this I think at the previous podcast or whatever that I just feel like over time I feel like unless something happens, families just they want to just go do this. Why does your brother not want to come by
Um,
anymore?
I think it's he and my mom just, I don't know, they
Oh,
just weren't,
okay.
like, my mom loves him, of course, but I don't think my brother really like respected my mom too much. And then his wife, I know for a fact, hates my mom. So
Oh, well, there. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
and she also has bad cat allergies too. So that she every time they go there, she looks like she's just absolutely miserable when she's around my mom. So
Oh, that
I have a
sucks.
feeling that was a good deal of it. It's like once my brother went off to college, like that
Got
was
it.
basically the last time he really stuck around. And
Hmm.
you know so yeah, that's unfortunately mine's just kind of depressing. It's just everyone drifted apart, and now it's like I don't decorate for Christmas. I'm sure if I had a tree, Zelda would absolutely destroy it. Um, but like, I don't know. The magic just isn't much there
Hmm.
lately. But I think I just attribute it as I'm just alone, so it's kind of hard to have that when it's more about family and feeling peace. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Holidays can be a double-edged sword for sure. Because even for those that have family gatherings, sometimes they're extremely unpleasant family gatherings. Um,
Yeah.
My parents refuse to go over to my aunts that hold Christmas now, like, and it's been like that for the last few years, and it makes it just incredibly awkward because it's like that elephant in the room. And I still go to the events and I want to just be treated differently, but then I get like this huge guilt. I get read the guilt rights, I guess, by my aunt, and I'm like, what do you want from me? I'm just bringing my son here to kind of keep this dying tradition alive. I don't know.
That's what happens sometimes. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I want to try and find something kind of to, I don't know, just keep it from being depressing on Christmas Day. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. I think
Festivities.
the best way to
goods.
I think the best way to keep it from being depressing on Christmas Day particularly is just to have the moment, for yourself. Well, you have Nikolai, so like
I
have the
don't have
moment for
them.
you. And
That's the thing. I don't have them later in the day. I think that plays a big role
oh,
in the being depressed part.
oh,
I have him
oh,
Christmas Eve and then Christmas morning, but once all that stuff's done Christmas morning, it goes to his dad's. So that might
okay, okay.
be a big part of
Oh,
that.
I was not aware. I wasn't aware.
No, I wouldn't expect you to know the schedule. So that's, yeah.
Well, I kind of take it for granted because like like you're the live-in parent basically. Like you like he lives with you, and he just goes away for visits. So I kind of take it for granted. Like I always look at like particularly like single parents, like like the parent that houses the kid the majority of the time. Like that's the parent.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say technically it's 50-50, but you guys have heard either on previous podcasts or with you guys that mathematically it's not exactly 50-50. Actually, I was just asked if it might be possible if the father could go away for vacation Christmas week. I'm like, "Oh, okay. So, sure, I'll just have Nikolai the full weekend."
Here we go. We're talking about boy math versus girl math right now.
He was away all Thanksgiving weekend too. So I'm like, "All right, cool. Sure."
You know what?
Yep.
I don't know. Oh no, like I'm speaking of hypotheticals here because I'm not a dad, but I feel like I would try to spend as much time as possible. If I couldn't
You
have
should be like,
if
hey,
I
you
couldn't
should
have
take Nikolai with you.
Mm.
Hmm?
Mm. But I'll then maybe my selfishness will come into play. Like, no, I want him for Christmas. I want him for Christmas Eve. He wants to leave around like, yeah,
and then you're the bitch for saying it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but no, I also kind of what you said, LeRon, too. Like, also time for peace and reflection. I kind of don't think I take that time for myself around the holidays. I as much as I get excited for it, and I'm happy to see my family. I
Uh-huh.
run myself ragged. It's a lot. It's overstimulation. As an introvert, I'm kind of like, whoa. Though I usually use that for New Year's because I'm not a huge New Year's person. So I think last year I didn't even stay up for the ball. So that's kind of my personal reflection. I do the resolutions thing, but not like in a gung ho serious way. I just do it because it gives my brain something to look forward to. And from my cultural standpoint, 2024 is, I guess, an exciting year for me because it's going to be the year of the dragon. It's a big year. And it's my year. So, well, not like my year is going to be the best year, meaning I'm a dragon. This is the year of the dragon. And in general, the year of the dragon is supposed to be, knock on wood, a lucky year for everybody. I mean, in Asia, I know lots of people are going to be making babies this year because they want their babies to be dragons. So
So you're saying I should go to China
and make a baby.
You don't have to go there. You can like go
Have
online now.
I was going to say you could
find a Chinese wife.
do the 90-day fiance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Be
God.
like, I'd give you a dragon baby.
Anyways,
Good night, everyone.
yeah.
Oh, we calling it right now?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to make it like the most depressing thing ever. Like, I just want to end in a
Let
happy
me
note.
let me say this. I even though I sound like a terrible Scrooge and whatnot, I don't hate this time of year. I don't. But I really do take this year to I really do take this time of year to seek solace in myself. I feel like I have this personality where I'm always on, and I think it's because like it's a people pleaser thing that I have, like this mentality. So like I mean, like I'm always on. I'm always trying to be the nice person, and I'm not always looking out for myself and my own best interest in the most part. And like it's getting harder and harder. I know I'm going to sound like selfish, but it's getting harder and harder because, now I'm in like a committed relationship, a committed long term relationship. It looks like it's going to go the distance and stuff like that. I still have obligations to family. I still have friends that look at me as family and stuff like that. And, and yeah, like I don't always take the best care of myself emotionally, because like I'm always trying to bend over backwards to not look like some asshole or some bad guy or stuff like that. So, it's those situations where when I turn around and talk about stuff like this, it does sound like I'm being a bit of an ass and things like that, but that's not the case. Like I respect how everybody feels about Christmas, or the holidays, or just anything that they want to be festive about. Like some people go all the fuck out for their birthday. Some people go all the fuck out for Easter. Some people go all the fuck out for 4th of July. Some people go all the fuck out for Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, like stuff like that. Like I don't look down on the people for that, but if I feel like I'm on the outside looking in, that's where I feel when it comes to stuff like this, and maybe it's the fact that I don't have kids. Maybe it's the fact that, because I had some wonderful Christmases growing up and stuff like that. So yeah, I can be childlike, I guarantee you, like if Rafi, for example, gives like a crazy ass Lego set on Christmas Day, I'm gonna be fucking bouncing off the walls and stuff like that, or hell, he finds me another transformer that I grew up with when I was a kid, something like that, like
Hey, Jetfire.
hell yeah, what'd you say?
Is that Jetfire?
Yeah, it's Jetfire. Yeah, but what's cool about this Jetfire is like this is not the same Jetfire that was in the series. This is actually a misprint, and it's actually like a Veritech fighter from Robotech. But they got the Transformers got the I don't know the Pratt. And there's a long story behind it and stuff like that. So yeah, like I can get pretty freaking like crazy and about Christmas as well and stuff in the holidays, but like I said, like ultimately, like I think my experiences just being in the public sector, just kind of like ruined it for me,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe why don't we end in a positive note by, and I'm going to take a page out of my son's book. Seriously, my son is an 8-year-old child, but is secretly a 50-year-old man inside. When we
Hates
were at
paying his taxes.
hates paying his taxes. When we were sitting at the Thanksgiving table, I was still seated at the kids' table, which is really just my generation and him. And we were all just, I don't know, just started eating, drinking, laughing, and my son just goes, "Hey, aren't we just going to stop and go around the table and talk about what we're thankful for?" And we're all looking at this 8-year-old like, the fuck? So, in the wise words of Nikolai, I think we should all go around and say what we're grateful for since it's at the last episode of the year. And I'll start. I'm very grateful to have you guys that I genuinely consider as my friends. I do feel like my life is a bit brighter because you guys are in it. I know I can always turn to you and text you even on Christmas afternoon when I feel like I have the blues. And you know, that's why I love things gaming, and I love talking about our adult issues and stuff like that. And I'm going to start rambling. I'm also grateful for my son, and I'm grateful for the opportunities to be grateful and practicing gratitude. Who wants to go next?
I am also grateful for all of you guys. I'm grateful for the opportunity that Corey gave me to be a part of the big four here. After like I lost the other podcast, that did mean a lot to me. I'm grateful for my kitty. She's my life.
Zelda, yeah.
Yep. She gives me my excitement. She gives me my cuddles. She's she's the blessing that I feel like I shouldn't have. Like I don't deserve her, but I'm glad that I have her.
Well, you're her entire world, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that I'm not like my situation in life could definitely be a lot worse. Like I can at least live in a comfortable apartment, have my video games, have some heat. You know, those nice little comforts that we tend to just
Yeah.
overlook sometimes.
Don't forget your snacks.
Yep. Snacks that I'm trying not to buy.
It's hard.
Yeah. That's why I just don't go buy food.
Well, I'm thankful for not you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thankful for you guys and putting up with all this stuff and having just because I don't have many friends, but I would consider all of you guys, my best friends. Yeah. And Ed, I guess, even though he's not here.
And Ed.
He's
Don't
not
tell him
invited.
We love you,
but
Ed.
I know that
Yep.
this whole thing is a lot sometimes, and but I'm really thankful that you guys are here to push it forward, and I'm thankful that we all get to do this and are able to because of
Right.
The internet really helps. I know the internet's a terrible place, but sometimes it's not.
No, but it gave us this, right? We wouldn't have known each other without the internet. So
Yeah.
The internet's like Pandora's box. It has all the world's terrors, but there was still that little speck of hope
Yeah.
that was remained.
Yeah. About that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And also I guess my family and all that stuff I should probably be thankful for.
Yeah, to keep the train going. Yeah, I'm also grateful to have you guys. Like you're some of the best people that I've never met physically, that I call like some of my best friends and stuff like that, like I do. I'm also thankful for like just the many opportunities that I've had, not just this year but the past few years, stuff like that. I try to take those things for granted, and I'm actually grateful for just being in pretty decent health despite the fact that I about broke my back, on Thanksgiving Day cooking and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like I think we take things for granted because like we get caught up in our lives, and stuff like that, and there's always something there's always something that's good about your life, even when there's a whole bunch of bad shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. We got a little bit of the warm and fuzzies.
Hmm.
And we're grateful for you, the listener. We hope to see you in the new year.
Yeah. Be there.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
be square.
Be square. Ooh.
Hey.
Jinx.
Be the dragon.
What
You
dragon?
All right. Well, everyone, that's going to do it for a wonderful year in After Dark. Like we've had some phenomenal episodes. Like, hey, maybe when we come back, we should do a year in review.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
we should do that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
favorite
Look through all
episodes, favorite moments.
episodes. Look through all of our look through all the thumbnails and stuff, and like remember the topics and like just think of stuff, or just think of some of the shenanigans. Like we've had some pretty fun guest stars on the episodes as well too. Like we'd love to have more, more like visitors, to After Dark, but we get it,
Yeah. Spoilers though, I think Conquered with Clippy might be in my top 3. So
That was a good one.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
We should do a holiday special of us just dramatic reading the adult Christmas short stories that we found.
next time on After Dark. ...
Huh.
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah, but anyway, let me just go ahead and say on behalf of my of all my co-hosts here, like we want to thank you guys for making this a wonderful year for us and things like that. We are very thankful for the audience and the input that we get from you guys. So yeah, please keep that up and yeah. As always, this has been another wonderful episode of Boss Rush After Dark, the show for the network that's not always content appropriate for the other parts of the network. Wow, I've been gone for 2 weeks and I forgot the line.
Dude,
That's crazy.
Dude, I've been so rusty the last couple times I've recorded since the holiday. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's happening?
Yeah,
It's like this is the show that's part of the Boss Rush.
Yeah, this is the show. So yeah, if you're checking us out on YouTube or you're listening to us over in the audio section for the podcast, give us a like. Definitely give us a thumbs up, a good rating, stuff like that. Also, give us some feedback. Let us know what you like, dislike about the show, things like that. We want to hear your thoughts on everything because we want to make this going into 2024 one of the best podcast shows that you can get out there on the webs. So yeah, we love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you next time on an all-new, wonderful episode of Boss Rush After Dark.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Tell your folks I says hi.
Ooh. Ask them what they want for breakfast.
No, and watch out for deer. And fuck the bears. All the Wisconsin greetings or goodbyes.
Oh, no. I'm stopping this episode right now. If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.